The chakras are connected to the endocrine glands. Yes? Heart chakra, thymus. Third chakra, solar plexus, epicenter. Yes? It goes there. I asked some doctors to explain to me what's the task of the endocrine glands. They said the endocrine glands produce hormones. My next question was, what is a hormone? You know, I'm ignorant regarding this. At least that's how I acted. What is a hormone? The answer was living chemical substance. What is that? A living chemical substance. But a living thing can be made only from another living one. Yes, from a living one. I asked, from where does it originate? Where does it come from? Because we know that energy doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't even disappear, but is only transformed. That's what you learn in physics lessons. It can't come from nothing. No way. Imagine. Energy doesn't get lost either. It is just transformed. So I asked the doctor, where does it come from? Tell me. He said, one thing is certain, not from the frankfurters and sausages and potato stew. He said it's a unique thing. He didn't know it either. He said we don't know it. Endocrine glands are nothing else but transformers. A transformer. Energy of different frequency flows and goes through your chakras, through every chakra and endocrine gland, which transform it into living chemical substances or hormones. Doctors say hormones are distributed by the bloodstream. I got to see some decent doctors, and it's written in their studies that only 5% of hormones are delivered by the bloodstream. Only 5. And what delivers the remaining 95%? I can answer that. The system used by Chinese medicine, the meridian system. The meridians. Why do you need hormones? Every hormone produced by your endocrine system has to reach every cell of your body. If any cells suffer from a lack of hormones, they start to work in a dissonant way, so they will over or underperform. Is it clear? What do the Chinese say? The cause of your every illness is that the vital energy gets stuck or stagnates. But what is that life force which is stuck, my Chinese friend? I'll whisper it to you. They call it life energy, while our medicine names them hormones. The real hormone distributing network is the meridian system itself. And interestingly, if the energy is stuck in the meridian system, then the whole body starts to underperform. The whole body. I don't know if you've seen a person with thyroid problems, or with thymus problems, or with pancreatic problems, or with adrenal gland problems. You can see the person goes downhill, and if one of the endocrine glands gets ill, then he won't see many Palm Sundays, if the doctors won't start to deal with it immediately. That's how it works. Thank God, our medicine has reached a point where they stop these people with these problems from eating, at least on a certain level. We know meridians run underneath our skin. These are the points Chinese medicine aims at when doing acupuncture and acupressure, stimulating those points. Some people warm those points with hot stones. It also works. Every method works. When dealing with meridians, the more points a specialist knows, the more effective he becomes. Via reading the symptoms, he knows where the block may be. So he always approaches from the side of symptoms. Someone applying Chinese medicine is able to stimulate the right points. When we were in China, we were told that if someone knows 2000 points, he's very accurate, very precise. When we were out there, they talked about 27,000 existing points, but officially the number wasn't as high yet. But the professor talked about it, and he said we still haven't found all the points. There are plenty of those points on a human body. And a curiosity, imagine meridians reach every cell. Every meridian reaches every cell. Just imagine that vast network. Can you feel it? It's interesting. The bloodstream also reaches your every cell. So we could say there is a second blood system with different tasks, totally different. The task of the blood system is rather to deliver the physical food and oxygen to the cells. and take the waste away. You have heard of this. Is it like that? Yes. The absorption of food takes place in the large intestine. Part of it is transformed into gas, and the blood takes the nutrients to each and every cell in a gaseous state. The bloodstream takes the oxygen from the lungs in a gaseous state. In the cells, the burning process happens. Then from there again, the blood carries the waste back. Have you heard of that? That's how it works. That's the task of blood. On the other hand, the cosmic energy, which we can call hormones, is carried by a totally different system, the meridian system. Now listen, you have a soul garment which has chakras, mouths on it. With the chakra system, the windows are not clean. If the windows are not properly open, can enough light filter in the right quantity and quality? No, it can't. The Indian people said the chakra system, their system counts, since if the light can come in, it can sort out everything, make and clear its way everywhere. It might be so, but what if we knew about the whole system? What if we knew the chakra system? We were familiar with its ways, how it filters in, and how to clean it, so that the light could come in properly. And we could also have knowledge about the distributor system, that is, the meridian system. And we could know about our physical body too, realizing that it's basically a continuously burning stove on a physical level, nothing else. There is its door here, where you shovel in the coal. You call the coal lard and butter and frankfurters. You add some air to it, breathing it in here, oxygen. Is it like that or not? Yes. Then you get the waste out, shit and piss. Yes or no? Is it familiar? Or you sweat it out, yes? And then the waste is out. How do I know that the body is a continuously burning stove? Even if it's minus 20 degrees outside, your temperature remains at about 36 degrees. Yes, exactly. A continuously burning stove. That continuously burning stove works fantastically. Amazing. Our blood ensures that. But we can see that a human is more than that, much more. And I don't just have a body, but a soul too. In addition, soul is also just a garment. It can be even photographed when someone dies. You might have seen ghost photos, for example, a baroness walking with her head underneath her arm. So it turns out that when the physical body fades away, you live onwards in your soul. And in a material world, the existence of something, even the functioning of the soul, needs energy. So when the physical body leaves that whole system, the soul needs to exist. Yes? Okay. But who am I? We've talked about the soul and the body. One more time. Paracelsus was right. Listen. How does it work? If the windows and doors of the soul are fine, do we have the chance to feel good? Yes. But what if the aforementioned are fine, but there is a problem with the distribution system? It creates tension. When something is blocked and the energy just flows in, explosion, tension is there. What if I could take good care of that system too? And what if we even knew the system of our physical body? And remember the stove, you have to pay attention to take in the right coal and sufficient air. Yes, exactly. One more thing, the white man's brutal invention against himself is sport. Some of you are engaged in that. But watch out. Think about it with your sober peasant mind. Okay, you need some healthy exercise. Do you know what healthy exercise is? Work is the best one, plus walking. Think about it. If you and your neighbor buy 2 bicycles of exactly the same brand, good quality at the same time, you cycle 300 meters while your neighbor rides 30 kilometers daily. Which bike will last longer? Think about it. Your body is a material thing, like your bike, my friend, yes? Some guys who kayak a lot came to see me. They were over 50. One of them could hardly walk. I was joking, breathe out, my friend, because it will rot inside. He said, he couldn't come to my lecture since he had to go and exercise. And what do you exercise for? For the worms? You have about 3 years left. I asked him, what do you train for? Tell me. Investing energy into matter, the fate of which is to rot in the ground and be eaten by worms. that will wriggle out of your eye sockets? Why do you have to exercise? Tell me. I don't know what % of his life he is stuffing into rotting matter. Can you see it? So, my friend, I don't know if you've heard of that medicine has started to discover that every sportsman burns out. Don't you know?